friends, I'm Zara Durrani. Welcome back to On Location Vancouver, brought to you with the support of TELUS STORYHIVE. Today we're so excited to be here at Pan Pacific downtown Vancouver to join Eric Himmelman, Executive Director of Vancouver Firefighter Charities, here at the Pan Pacific, where firefighters are spending their own time packing gifts for children. And tomorrow we'll have the opportunity to follow them as they prepare and deliver snacks to local schools for kids whose families may be struggling. These are the stories that remind us what community care truly looks like. Real people showing up for one another. And we're honored to share this with you. We're so excited for this episode because we've been trying to lock down our schedules. And joining me today is Eric Himmelman, who I had the opportunity to meet as he and his team were preparing snacks for kids. Eric is with Vancouver Firefighter Charities, and when the firefighters are not out there serving our community, they are working off duty to see and find ways how they can serve us even more here in Vancouver. I am truly inspired by the work, Eric, that you and your team are doing.
Thanks. Yeah, that's very kind of you to say. You nailed it. We love what we do. Our charity just gives us an opportunity for Vancouver firefighters to give back to our community in a different way. And yeah, we're all deeply passionate about the work we do, and just having that different avenue to provide support to our community just, yeah, it means a lot to us.
So for someone like me, and perhaps someone out there who's watching, who is not aware of the work that Vancouver Firefighter Charities are doing, can you please give us the scope of the work that you're doing?
Yeah, so the Vancouver Firefighter Charities is, like I said, it's how Vancouver firefighters give back to the community when we're not at the fire hall. So when our shift ends, we have we continue this commitment of giving back and that spirit of service. The scope of what we do is quite broad. Our mission is to uplift the lives of children and seniors in our community. So we have 4 programs that we created that we feel address needs in the community. So the 3 programs that we work with, or that we created that work with kids, are called Snacks for Kids, Sports for Kids, and Toys for Kids. And then we have a program that supports seniors called Lifelines for Seniors. So these programs, our Snacks for Kids program runs year-round. It's a program that is there to deliver nutritional support to food insecure youth in Vancouver schools. So 1 in 5 kids are going to school hungry every single day. That's an alarming statistic. We as Vancouver firefighters want to do something about it, so we created the Snacks for Kids program in 2013, and that program is currently providing nutritional support to roughly 11,000 food insecure youth across 102 schools in Vancouver.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, not only are the firefighters showing up and being of service, packing the lunches and then delivering them to the schools, but they're also financially supporting the program along with the donors and sponsors.
Absolutely, yeah. So we have our payroll donation program is what we call the financial cornerstone of the Vancouver Firefighter Charities. Roughly 85% of Vancouver firefighters donate a portion of every single paycheck that they get to our organization, the VFC. That's just speaks to, I guess, the commitment we have, the belief that we have in these programs. We believe so strongly in them and the impact they have in the community that we have financial buy-in to. It's not just that sweat equity where our members are committing collectively roughly 6,000 hours annually to deliver our programs. We're also financially invested too. We believe in these programs. So, and that 85% number reflects that. I think since the inception of the program, we've we've donated collectively over $1.25 million. So that's just, it provides us a baseline. If there's one day where all our donors say, you know what, we're not going to support you anymore for whatever reason, I don't know what that would be, but we at least have that backing, knowing that security of knowing that our members are there to support our program, so we can continue to deliver just a baseline level of support. Yeah, I
think that is remarkable, and truly incredible, because
thank you.
I live downtown, and then seeing with everything happening in the city, you see firefighters in action along with the other first responders, and the fact that they're thinking of the city, of the folks, even when they're off duty. I think, it's truly, truly inspiring and remarkable. So I'm so excited to see and follow along and share this story with everyone. Now, I heard someone say, or I'm not sure if it was you or somebody else, Michelle mentioned that do sometimes schools or parents request that if it's possible for a certain gift that they need or something that they could use for the family?
Yeah, so we kind of we work with the schools, and we would basically create a list of items that we have available to us that we can purchase, and those teachers work with those families and the kids to kind of identify the gifts that they would want, and we're actually delivering just beyond traditional just gifts, because we know that toys are great, but we want to deliver more. So we're giving them gift cards to restaurants so they can have some food as well. Just so they can, and we're going to be delivering some additional gift cards through our Snacks for Kids program, where we're going to be distributing roughly $70,000 worth of grocery store gift cards to families in need as well, to supplement this, to ensure that they have access to additional things like whatever they would need, whether that's toilet paper or just household items. So we just ensuring that there's continuous level of support that they're receiving from our organization over the holiday break, because as I mentioned, we know that the winter holiday break, Christmas time, can be a time that is especially challenging for so many families that are facing so many financial pressures right now.
So how many schools in Vancouver are the firefighters going to be delivering the toys to today? Okay,
so we have 750 gifts being wrapped right now, and I believe we're going to be delivering to 13 schools today. We work closely with the Vancouver School Board, so we've identified the schools that require a bit of extra support this year, and with a high population of families that need support. So it's awesome. It's such an immense amount of support going out in one day. It's roughly, I would say, $30,000 worth of gifts going out to families in need, which is just awesome. So we love this day. It's so fun.
I would love to hear from you. Obviously, you're the spokesperson, but you're working with all these amazing folks with so much heart and service mindset. What do you think why do these individuals who are already giving so much of themselves want to continue to give back to the community? What motivates these members to continue serving the community?
I think I can speak to, firefighters in general. It's just in our DNA to want to support and help people. That's why we take on the profession of firefighting. It's that spirit of service that drives us. We want to be there to support and uplift our community. We do that through our job. We put our lives on the line to just ensure that our community is safe and supported. And that drive, that doesn't, just because we finish our shift doesn't mean that drive and to support and uplift our community just disappears. We have motivated members that want to continue to deliver care to our community. Every day in my role as executive director, I'm so fortunate because I get to just work so closely with our members, and I'm trying to keep up with them. They have so many ideas on how they want to continue to just deliver support, whether that's through our Toys for Kids program, our Snacks for Kids program, or any other issue that they see as urgent that requires need in our community. It's just this innate spirit of just wanting to give back and support the people in need. And that's what's so amazing about this organization, the VFC, is that it just offers us a different way to give back. And I always say this, people can't call 911 if they're hungry, right? But they can look to us as Vancouver firefighters to still try to support them because we have our organization, the VFC, that can deliver support if they're hungry. We have our Snacks for Kids program delivering snacks, lunches, produce. It's just, like I said, it's just a way for us to really give back to our community in a different way that's not in the fire hall. One other thing is, when we're in the fire hall, when we're responding to 911 calls, we often see people in really tragic circumstances. It's people don't call 911 if they're having a good day. It's the worst day of their life usually, right? So with the VFC, with these programs, we sort of get to see our community members in a different way. That's a bit more uplifting, where we get to have, when we're delivering those snacks, we see how appreciative those teachers are. They tell us the impact this food is having. When we deliver these gifts, again, we're seeing these families get these gifts, and they're telling us, there's smiles on their faces. They're so thankful. Sports for Kids. We recently partnered with an organization called Buckets and Borders, where we did this court revitalization project at Britannia. And that day is an amazing day because we got to go see this beautiful basketball court and all these kids in this community coming together and playing sports together with these smiles on their faces. And there's just this immense community spirit. And, we don't get to see it in the fire hall because we just see these people in these snippets of their life in these really tragic circumstances. And this just allows us to really see our community and uplift our community in a different way.
So talking about the Vancouver Firefighters Charities, when did this get started? And I would like to also hear how many active firefighters are currently volunteering.
Yeah, so Vancouver Firefighter Charities was created in 1998. It was when it was incorporated. In 1999 as a society. Then 1999 it was officially registered as a charity with the CRA. Since then, it kind of just started off as a way for us to kind of formally give back to our community. We had, like I said, we always have members that want to support our community, whether that's raising money for, the burn fund or, doing a blood drive. There was never any sort of, a central organization for us to direct our efforts through, right? So the charitable organization was created, and then since then it's just really grown. And it used to be we would just direct donations towards organizations in the community, and now we have our own programs that we created that we deliver, and that's really important because charitable organizations, fire department charitable organizations are all different around the Lower Mainland. Surrey's is different than ours. Burnaby is different than ours. They have their own programs, but a lot of them are just conduits to give money back to the organizations, which is wonderful, right? But because our organizations, our programs require so much support, so much fundraising, is that we devote 90% of our energy towards our own programs because we feel that they have the biggest impact. Like I said, we deliver the programs ourselves during our days off. So we can target our support to the families and the kids that we see that have the greatest need. So
and it's not just about the raising the funds,
No.
Which is also really important because I will touch on that afterwards on sponsors and the financial aspect of all of this. Yeah. But the fact that these members who have so much heart, like these firefighters who have so much heart, that even when they're not serving our community, they're going there, waking up early in the morning to go pack lunches, to pack gifts for kids. Yeah. And the fact that when you get to deliver and you're with your team and knowing you're doing something that is going to have this impact. Like I can imagine like some kid just receiving a lunch or a gift being like, hey, I want to be a firefighter one day. I want to help people because I may not be in this position right now, but I aspire to be like that.
That's 100% right. And we really want to set that standard of care in our community. We want to be the people that, we're in a very fortunate position as firefighters. We love our jobs. We have, people trust us. We're a very well trusted organization in the community, but we really want to continue just building off that trust and just showing the community how much we care about them and how much we want to support them, because we love working for Vancouver. We love this community. We love the people in Vancouver, and we just think it's so important to just continually set that standard of care and compassion and kindness, because it's just so important, especially now when there's so much, as we know, there's tons of hardship in this world. We see it every day. It's just so important to continue to just deliver care, deliver kindness, deliver compassion to the community. We do that through our jobs, our full-time jobs as firefighters, but to deliver that through the charity, through the VFC is just equally as important as well, because it creates that ripple effect where you impact one life, and that life then goes and they become a firefighter, or they carry on that spirit of compassion and giving. We work close with Britannia Secondary, and I get to meet these amazing, inspiring people all the time. And I've got to read the speech of this young woman who's valedictorian for Britannia Secondary, and really in that speech was just about how it just emphasized that how important it is for a community to uplift everyone. It's like, it's all of our responsibility to look after everyone in this community. And it's just, I truly believe that. And this amazing young woman was a byproduct of that. She even said in her speech that it was like her teachers, her counselors, her friends, her parents, everyone played a part in her success and in the position in her success of becoming valedictorian, right? And so I just truly believe it's so important for us to just come together as a community and uplift each other. It's just, it's critical.
Eric, out of curiosity, how long have you been serving as a firefighter in Vancouver?
So I got hired in 2017. I was a wildland firefighter briefly before, then I became a full-time firefighter in May.
Wildfires?
Yeah, exactly, wildfires on Revelstoke.
Okay.
So I did that for a season, then I got hired here as a professional firefighter in Vancouver in May 2017. So yeah, I've loved it. It's the best job in the world. Every firefighter will say that. It's like winning the lottery. There's just so much positive that comes with it, and these opportunities with the VFC. I couldn't pass it up. The second I got hired, I immediately jumped and dived kind of into our Snacks for Kids program, and then after a few years, I then took over running the program, and then over the last 18 months, I've now taken on the position of executive director of the charity. So I've only been on for, I guess, eight. I guess it's been my 9th year now. But it's been, every year just gets better, and the opportunity that comes with your role as a firefighter, but with the charity, it's been fantastic. I love it. Yeah.
Now, since you have been involved with VFC, Vancouver Firefighters Charities, have you read a letter or an email or had an interaction that personally really impacted you and allowed you to see the effect that you're having? Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And I think the one time I was just so impacted, I talked to you about that valedictorian, but there was just we did this thing where we just reached out to some schools and just talked to the teachers that are helping distribute the snacks to the schools we deliver as part of our Snacks for Kids program. And we asked the teachers to just talk to some of these kids and just say why this food is important to them, right? And some kids were just said, it's nice to have a snack, it's nice to have some extra food. One of the kids wrote basically along the lines of, if I didn't have this food, my stomach would hurt. I'm so hungry that I'm basically feeling pain that I can't eat. And this food just basically helps me get through the day, because otherwise I would be starving. It was just like truly like a heartbreaking message, but also uplifting to know that our food is having an actual impact on these kids' lives. That's one kid. And we're providing support to 11,000 food insecure youth across Vancouver, 102 Vancouver schools. So to just know that that one kid was so positively impacted, that's a win for me. It really is. And it just provides that additional motivation, that additional builds that passion to continue to build these programs, to strive to reach as many kids as possible, to give them the support that they need. I feel so moved and so inspired. I feel like I'm not doing enough. I need to get involved and do more in the community. And I'm excited to see how everyone is coming together on their day off and wrap toys for kids, and then go to these schools to deliver them. And how can folks get in touch? Through the website, through the Instagram?
So we have our at Vancouver Charities Instagram account. That's the perfect way to kind of stay just updated on what we're up to in the community. It gives updates on the impact we're having, our Snacks for Kids deliveries, our Toys for Kids deliveries. It also gives updates on the events that we're having, fundraising events. Our website's perfect if you want to get more information, maybe a bit more in-depth information about our programs. I just want to thank you for this opportunity, but I just want to take this opportunity to just say thank you to our community who does support us, our donors, these people who step up, who trust us with their money to do right by it, right? That means a lot to me, and we're so accountable to that. And we just want to say thank you to those people, and thank you for trusting us and believing in our mission, because we're so appreciative. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Eric.
Thank you, Zara.
Stephanie, how long have you been a firefighter with Vancouver Firefighters?
3.5 years.
And what inspired you to get involved in the Vancouver Firefighters Charities?
Yeah, so I've been in one of the leads with Toys for Kids. This is my second year now. It just makes such a difference in our community, being able to help the kids, and it's really rewarding getting to do the drop off today, wrap all the gifts, and see how excited all the kids get. And yeah, it brings me joy knowing that everyone's going to have a good Christmas this year.
John, what are we doing today?
We're doing deliveries to 8 different schools in Vancouver, 4 in the downtown and 4 in the East End. And we're delivering snacks to kids who don't have food at school.
John, how long have you been with Vancouver Firefighters?
I've been a Vancouver firefighter for 4 years now.
And what were you doing before?
Before this, I was a teacher working with at-risk kids in the school system.
What inspired you to move into becoming a firefighter?
Well, I've always been interested in emergency services, and but it was actually one of my close friends who also works for Vancouver. He kept telling me about this career opportunity, and he got me to look into it. When I was a kid, my dad had a heart attack, and it was the firefighters that were first on scene, and they helped rescue him, and he's still alive today thanks to the help of all those first responders. And so since then, I've always wanted to do something like that, and when the opportunity arose, it was a perfect fit. So then I got hired by Vancouver, the city where my family grew up, and it's awesome to give back to the community that has served my family.
So your job as a firefighter, you're helping folks. You guys are the first to show up, and normally when folks are not having the best day,
Yeah.
you're giving a lot of yourselves. Now you guys are here on your day off and still continuing to be of service and give back. What inspired you to volunteer?
Yeah, it's a few things. First piece, when I was a teacher working with at-risk kids in the school system, I had an administrator who gave me resources to buy food for my classroom. And that food was the ticket to get kids in the door, kids who normally wouldn't come to class. And it was such a powerful tool to connect with them, build relationships with them, and help them learn, that when I joined Vancouver Fire and Vancouver Firefighter Charities, I realized the Snacks for Kids program does that for many schools in Vancouver, so I got involved right away. It's a great way to help teachers connect with some of the most vulnerable kids in Vancouver. So that was the personal connection. And then, as firefighters, we deal with a lot of heavy stuff, a lot of difficult situations in people's lives. And this is a really positive way to give back, to see our actions make a really good difference and impact in our schools. We get stories every time we do deliveries. This is the only food these kids get in school. Thank you so much for dropping this off. Kids are running up and helping us bring the snacks in. So it's a really good morale booster, really awesome to connect with all the schools that we regularly serve. So yeah, awesome to see kids get happy and excited to get access to food.
So how many schools are we going to today?
We're going to 8 schools today, as we're splitting up the week this week, because I think we're doing 16 total this week, so there's 2 deliveries for this week.
Josh, where are we off to next?
We are off to King George Secondary School. My wife's actually a teacher, and her school in Coquitlam has a similar program. I don't think the firefighters run it there, but they're always so appreciative. It doesn't matter which demographic you come from. I mean, you can't learn if you don't have food, and unfortunately.
And how long have you been volunteering with VFC?
I've been doing it since probation, so for the last 5 years. I always seem to get the Snacks for Kids. There's tons of events that the charity does around the city, especially around Christmas time. I know next week we have the London Drugs Toy Drive, and we have the big one shortly after that, the Pan Pacific Toy Drive, which is the breakfast, which is an incredible event.
Jill, where are we today?
We're here at Lord Roberts Elementary School in Vancouver.
And how long have you been teaching here?
I've been here for 10 years.
Okay, and how long have the Vancouver Firefighters Charities been doing their Snacks for Kids programs here at the school?
Probably for like the past 7 or 8 years, I think we've been lucky enough to have snacks here at our school.
And I noticed the kids were so excited to meet the firefighters as they were bringing snacks up.
So excited. They're like celebrities because they love that they're firefighters, but also they love that they deliver our snacks to school.
Amazing. Can you share any story of any child or their parents ever writing to you and mentioning how meaningful and how touching it is to them, the fact that firefighters are coming here on their days off to bring snacks for kids?
Well, I don't know if the families at home realize the extent of like what they're doing here, but the kids are so thankful. And when our cupboard gets empty, they start counting down the days till they're coming back. And like so many kids just depend on the snacks that are provided at school because they're not coming to school with snacks. So it's a big deal.
And can you tell us about the Snacks for Kids program, how it's supporting your school?
Yeah, it's such an amazing program. So our awesome firemen deliver it every month or so, and they deliver all these beautiful snacks that our children get to eat. And I will say it goes such a long way. So many of the students here at our school don't have healthy, appropriate snacks that they bring to school. So many of them are very dependent on healthy snacks and things like that. And many come to school, haven't eaten breakfast, things like that. So the snacks are super important to them being ready for school and for them learning in a proper environment where their actually bodies are ready to learn. Because we do have a breakfast program here, but often kids show up late. So the snacks go such a long way and make such a big benefit to our children here at Seymour.
Is there something you'd like to say to the firefighters? Because quite a few of them, other than one, most of them have showed up after a 24-hour shift today and directly to come pack early this morning and then do the delivery.
Yeah, I would like to be a big thank you from the bottom of my heart and from all the students and staff at Seymour, because we see how far it goes, and I hope they know that the depth of their work and how impactful it is to our students, as many of our students are struggling with food security. Their families work hard, but times are tough in Vancouver and things are hard to get by. So a big thank you to all the fire department, all the volunteers who sacrifice their time to make our children's lives better.
Is there a particular story of a student that really stands out to you, or anything you heard back from them or their family?
There's a couple students definitely, because we have a few students who kind of show up a little bit late, so they do miss out a little bit on the breakfast program. So they typically come to the office where we keep some of the snacks as well. So every day I can count on a certain student showing up about 9:30, and we make sure that they get a snack, they get a healthy granola bar, they get something that they need. And the family has reached out and let us know how appreciative they are of that, because times are tough for a lot of families and they can't always provide that sort of snack for people. So they make Seymour, the fire department makes Seymour such a wonderful place, because that collaboration with them just really goes such a long way. And it's not just one story. This story is echoed by, I would say, 50 to 100 families at our school, and we only have about 150 families. So it really makes a deep impact into all the students' lives. I wouldn't say just one or two. I would say 50 to 60 at least.
Incredible. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks for having me.
How long have you been volunteering your time with VFC?
So I'm coming up on 10 years in February, and essentially since the day I've started with our department, I've been volunteering right away. And then I've stepped into this role as a team lead for Toys for Kids. This is my 8th year.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I was speaking to Eric, the executive director, and wondering if the firefighters who are giving their time so generously off duty, if they aim every year to see if they can affect more children, affect more lives, give back more to the community. How have you seen the work that VFC has done over the years continue to grow?
Yeah, I think the nice thing about this is, personally, I always like to challenge myself. I always like to see how I can do better in life in general, and that kind of reflects in our charitable work as well. We're super fortunate to work with a team that's very aligned, and we always want to kind of top how we did the year before. And when I say top, it's like a bigger check presentation. What a bigger check presentation means is that means we're impacting more kids. And the goal, our team's goal, and I think it's aligned with the charitable, is if we're able to change someone's day for the better, where we're giving a toy under the tree or helping a family out during a stressful time, that's a big win for us.
I saw there were a lot of enthusiastic packers today.
Oh yeah.
You know, there were a lot of smiles. You had holiday music blaring and pizza. It was a pizza party, and the Santa's elves were certainly in action. Tell us how many schools VFC is going to today to drop off these gifts.
So we today, to kind of paint the big picture, we wrapped 750 gifts. We're impacting over 500 kids, and we are delivering toys to 12 different Vancouver-based schools that need our support.
Lastly, I'm curious, do you and the firefighters, all your colleagues and teammates, look at the year and try to say, hey, in 2026, we want to impact more lives. We want to support more kids and more families?
Without a doubt. I work with so many ambitious members who just continually want to just reach out and impact more kids in the community. Like I said, I'm always trying to keep up with these firefighters I work with. Their passion for helping is just unmatched. So we're continually trying to reach more kids in need. We know there's a need in the community. We know that there's kids that we aren't reaching. To reach those kids, we need additional funding from our community. We rely on that funding from our community to help us reach every kid in need. So yes, absolutely.
So we need your support. Anyone working with an organization or a company, contact Vancouver Firefighters Charities. They're doing incredible work with so much heart, continuing to serve our community even when they're off duty. Eric, thank you so much. Truly appreciate your time.
Thank you, Zara.
Really inspired by our conversation today.
Thank you.
Today we witnessed more than volunteers packing snacks and toys. We saw compassion, community, and belonging in action. Thanks to Vancouver Firefighter Charities, thousands of kids across Vancouver will go to school nourished, dignified, and ready to learn. This is On Location Vancouver, where we share the stories of people who keep our city alive with heart. Until next time, I'm Zara Durrani. The show is produced with the support of TELUS STORYHIVE. Thank you for joining us for this episode of On Location Vancouver. If you would like to be a guest on the show, please scan the QR code and someone from our team will be in touch. We'll see you soon.